confidence is not a fluke. Confidence is a choice, and it begins with your mindset. In this podcast, you will get all sorts of mindset tools to help you reduce self criticism and overwhelm while increasing your empowerment and courage. I am passionate about helping women decrease their mental drama and increase their self awareness while leaving behind all the perfectionist tendencies. We do so by empowering ourselves one episode at a time. I am Olga, your host, former therapist, life coach, blissfully an IVF mother, and this is the Journey to Happy podcast. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far, whenever you're catching this episode in your week. This is a Monday, and as always, I am just happy to be diving in with you. And I want to read you. I'm actually gonna do it as randomly as I can possibly do. I'm gonna open Journey to the Heart, which is one of my favorite daily meditation books. And I'm going to just ask, I'm going to randomly open, okay? And I'm going to randomly open to read you a quote from the book. And it says, if you are soaking up too much stress, give yourself a break. Let your body start soaking up some healing energy too. Love yourself enough to help your body relax. Ta-da! Thank you, thank you, thank you, book. I find this book. I used to run a yoga and meditation studio, and I bought this book then because I always loved just doing this, randomly opening the book and reading a quote from the book that I thought my students needed to listen to. And it was always random and it was always like on point. And so I hope this speaks to you today. If you listened to it today, it was maybe something, a message that you needed to hear. But let's dive into the reason you don't see results. What do I mean by results? The reason you don't see the outcome of the goal that you've been working towards. And maybe you are like me and you have a long list of goals that you can proudly scratch off and set accomplished. And maybe those have to do with your finances or with your career goals or your family growing goals, like whatever kind of like goal like that. But I really want to talk about the reasons you don't see results in your personal growth. Okay, results that you have been wanting to dive into and you do, and then you don't see results. Like, I'm going to overcome my fear of heights. I'm going to overcome my fear of taking risks at work, of saying what I think. I'm going to overcome my fear, or I want to do some work on this jealousy I feel at times. And I don't know why. I just keep trying and I don't see results. Or of self love or being confident. Like I've got this goal of like, I see myself as this future confident woman, but somehow, no matter what I do, I don't see results. So I'm very much, not that you cannot use this same information for any kind of results, but I very much wanted to talk about personal self development results. Why is it that you don't see results? Why am I focusing on this? Because a lot of the people I coach and I work with, I bring them from seeing no results to guaranteed results. So I know this. I know this. Okay. And so I want you to sort of listen and understand what I'm trying to tell you. And if you can get something from it, wonderful. If this is all like nonsense to you, come back to it maybe at a later time. It might make more sense to you, but I really do want to focus on why don't you see results. I'm saying this not only from my personal experience, but also from having coached hundreds and hundreds of people. I see it so much that I've written it down like things I've heard. It's like I know it, like I know my name is Olga, okay? These are very common things that I see why people problems that they have, that why they don't see results in their personal goals of like not being anxious, not being so hard on themselves, not being confident, and it always comes down to the same things. So tell me if this is you. You set a goal of personal development and you begin working at it all enthusiastic and full of hope. And while you feel the hope and the excitement, you are also aware of having an internal doubt of whether or not this is going to work because you know in the past you have not stuck to things that have to do with your personal development, that it only affects you. And so you actually doubt your ability to overcome your own obstacles over a period of time. So you might even start saying, okay, yes, I am definitely, this is the year in which I will become decisive. This is the year in which I will let go of my stress and I'm going to be a chill mom. But in the back of your mind, as you're setting that goal, you're also thinking, could I be able to hold this over time? Would I be able to do this long term? I don't know. I haven't done it before. Okay. So here are one, two, three, four, five of the most common reasons I would say you're not seeing results. The first one is that you're trying to do it on your own. Listen to me when I say this. I am here to empower humans. Nothing makes me happier than seeing people acting within their own empowered self love. It's so exciting to see. But if you've never operated from that perspective, the first mistake you're making is to assume that somehow, without any guidance, without any help, you can do this entirely on your own. And so, while I do think that we can do it on our own, I do think that it saves us time and energy when somebody can guide us and teach us their best way of doing it. And now we're just finding our own voice within a system, and it's a lot easier. So, if you are wanting to do this on your own entirely, you've never had any sort of guidance or help, you probably have a very strong belief that says, I only invest in my well being when things have gone really out of hand. I really need somebody to show me the way now because my anxiety has gone completely out of hand. Or I will ask for some guidance for as long as my benefits cover. And once my benefits are up, oh, so is my investment in the results that I want to achieve. Or I would only get that help and invest in myself if my partner also agrees that this is a good, wise investment for me. I would like to offer that I was all of those things. Today, it's insane for me to think of how much I struggle with this one point. And that was the number one reason I wasn't seeing results. The number one reason I wasn't opening my own private practice. The number one reason I wasn't setting up strong boundaries to say no. The number one reason I wasn't prioritizing myself. I thought I could do it on my own because in my head, that was not money well invested to get somebody to tell me to do the things that I already knew I had to do. That was my thing. I already know what I have to do. I just have to do it. But then why am I not doing them? If I can so do it by myself, why am I not seeing the results? It's like going to the gym every morning. It's great. But you know what's even better? To have a personal coach and a trainer. And for me, even like something as simple as getting a membership with Beachbody and becoming an accountable member to a Facebook group of women of moms who were exercising and following programs was plenty. Now I have that on my days off from my trainer, but I also have a trainer because I see the difference. I see the results that I get. Okay. But I used to believe, well, I'm not that out of shape yet to invest in X. I can do this on my own and then be so frustrated I didn't see results. Like, oh, I'm not sticking to it. Why? If my husband doesn't think it's a good investment, then I'm not going to do it. Like everybody has to agree with me. This is a good investment. I like to offer that the first time I decided to do acupuncture and seeing a naturopathic doctor to help me with fertility. My husband thought I was being too much. He's like, we're seeing a fertility doctor, and now you're going to go all hocus pocus on this. You need to see a naturopath who's going to send you 1,000,001 supplements, and then you want to have needles all over your body. Like you're being too much. 5 years trying to become a mom, 5 years of experiencing grief and loss. It was fundamental to have the extra supplements that help my nervous system cope, that help my body cope with the extra hormones and stressors. It was super helpful. And to this date, one of the most helpful conversations I ever had throughout my fertility journey was with my acupuncture Chinese medicine doctor, who said to me, Olga, I know this seems like a headache and like an uphill battle, But I want you to know that one day you're going to look down and you're going to have a baby in your arms. And you're going to say to that baby, you are getting the best version of myself because Journey to You shaved layers of me that were not useful to mother you. To this date, I get watery eyes, which is what I got when I heard those words. So I have no idea if the acupuncture helped me or not. But I'm telling you, that meeting was worth every penny I paid this man. Sure, I could have relaxed on my own. Sure, I could have told myself all the most powerful thing. But you know what I remember? All these people supporting me, all these people believing for me, with me in my ultimate result of becoming a mama. So if you think you can do this on your own, if your willingness to invest in your well being it's full of limitations, like only if my benefits covered. That's very common amongst my Canadian clients only. Only my Canadian clients think that way. Nobody else, and I serve clients all over, nobody else says to me, I run out of benefits, therefore I can't continue to invest in coaching. It's such a Canadian way of thinking because we're so spoiled that we don't have to pay for our health that we think anything else that is costing us something is not worth it. Don't let that perception take you away from getting the best support. If my partner doesn't agree, I know. We share an account with my husband. I understand he's very opinionated. Finances can be a stressor for couples. But if I had let my husband thought that this is too much, that I was being too much, take me away from the naturopath, from the acupuncturist, and all other crazy people I went to see, and like seriously, some were crazy, but I thought they could help me. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it. And sometimes it was very evident to me, yeah, don't invest here, move on. Other times, I was very grateful. So I respected my husband, but I ultimately decided what was best for me. And I was the boss. I was the one making that decision. And I continue to be because it is my responsibility to be happy. It is my responsibility to see my results come true and enjoy and be the person who gets to say, I did what I set myself to do. So that's your number one reason why you're not seeing results. You think you can do it on your own? And attached to that is this investment in self. And by the way, the more you get to invest in yourself, it means the more you're loving yourself, the more comfortable you are with saying, I am worthy. I went from thinking my coach that cost me, my first coach cost me $5,000 for a program. And I remember feeling like I was committing a crime paying this large amount of money. And look at me 6 years later. I walk myself up to the perception that I am the woman who gets to pay $30,000 and potentially more to be coached by the person I want to be coached, that I am worthy of that investment, regardless of the outcome. That's when it gets fun. When you said to yourself, yeah, I'm worthy of this experience. The number two reason why, or second reason why I think you're not seeing results when it comes to your personal growth is that, like I briefly mentioned, you wait until things get really out of hand to finally pay attention to your needs and what makes you feel better. Oh my God, this pains me the most. Why do we see it coming? We feel it. We're miserable for years. And we only decide to take action when we can't sleep anymore, when we can't stop the mind from thinking, when our marriage is almost at the end of it, broken, when we feel that our health is taking a turn for the worse and there is no way out of it. So if you start to take results, you start to plan to see changes in your results from that perspective, when you're waited too long, you've got a massive amount of healing to do before you can even begin to see the results. So you're not seeing the results yet. If you started working on your marriage when it was almost done, if you didn't see it coming and then acted upon it immediately, if you told yourself, things are not so bad yet, so I think we don't need to see a counselor. Again, you thought you could do it on your own. You thought the investment was too much. How much does it cost to be happy, to have a strong, sexy marriage? What is the value of that? What is the value of you being genuinely happy? It's priceless, ladies and gentlemen. It's priceless. So notice all the reasons and excuses your brain has come up with to not let you succeed and take responsibility for your well being. That's why you don't see results. You wait until things get really out of hand, and then you have a massive amount of healing to do to even gain the mental clarity and the capacity to do the work that it takes to see the results. The third reason why we don't see results, I see this one all the time. I would say probably every single one of my clients has been here. You're simply not clear on what you actually want as the result and why that matters to you. So you might have a broad idea. Oh, I want to be happier. I want to be more confident. But you haven't quite said, I want to be confident in my ability to make mistakes. I want to be confident in my ability to have arguments with others and feel that it's going to be okay. You haven't yet like taken the time to really spell out and clearly state to yourself what result you're after and why that matters. So once I decided that I was going to help as many people as I could in my lifetime, and not only I was going to help, like that was a really broad statement, I am going to coach, mindset coach women outside of mental drama. Huh, became a lot more clear. Oh, that's what I'm doing. That is the one thing I'm doing. And then I dived into all the reasons why this mattered to me. And that is a very important part of results, of seeing them work. If you're not clear on what it is that you're after and why this is important to you, you can see why it's easy to just take a break, stop, not see the results. You haven't thought it well enough to think, this is what I will be missing out. This is the people who wouldn't benefit if I didn't do this. This is what it would cost me long term to not have done this. This is what I'm leaving out of the table because. Okay. So when you become really clear, you can see results. Now you know where you're walking. When you have a very general statement as to what kind of personal growth results you want to see, I just want to be happy. Amazing. I start asking questions and then I realize what they really mean is that they want to feel loved within their marriage. And that means we're going to have to lower all the mental drama that they tell themselves about why their marriage might not work. So be very specific. Otherwise, you won't see the results. Results are very targeted. And the more clear we are and to what we want and why is this important? When I created my list of why it was important for me to help mindset coach women out of mental drama, I had pages of inspiration. And if ever things got hard, I would go back on those pages and be like, remember, this is all that you stand to gain. This is all that they stand to gain if you stick for this. My why became the fuel, and it will be the same for you. Okay. And one, two, three, four. You're not seeing results because, like most of us, you underestimated the work that it will take to get to the results that you want. So let's say you're very clear. I want to be confident when I speak at meetings at work. And this matters to me because I am a manager and I want to let everybody know how brilliant my thoughts are. And the better I can communicate in these meetings, the better direction I can give to my staff, the more supported they're going to feel, the more information they're going to have to go do a great job, the better the company will be. This is my why. This is why I want to speak naturally and confidently at office meetings. But if you don't estimate the amount of work that it will get for you to be confident at those meetings, you won't see results. Because when we underestimate the work, the moment it gets hard, we're like, oh, wait, I didn't sign up for this. Well, you hadn't thought of how much work it was going to take. When I first opened my business as a therapist, I remember thinking, this is it. My only work is to show up to the sessions, people show up, and that's it. When I started realizing the amount of admin work that was involved, bookkeeping, maintenance of the office, like there were so many things I had underestimated. Yeah, there was a point in time where I wasn't seeing results in some areas because I was not even accounting for the time and the effort that it would take. And I can say that to this date, the time that where I don't see results or success in my goals is because I underestimated the amount of work and therefore I am not energized to do that work. I'm not prepared like mentally or with my calendar to do the work. So if you're underestimating the amount of work that will take to get to your result, you likely won't see results because you're quitting before the amount of effort that you need or is required. You give up before doing it. And lastly, you're not committing to doing the work all the way through the ups and downs until you see the results. You don't have that commitment. You don't have such a strong commitment to the result that you are going to make it work. I am committed to this goal until it works. Your commitment sounds a lot more like I am committed to this goal as long as it's easy, as long as it doesn't cost me money, effort, sacrifice, time. And so the lack of commitment combined with your underestimation, excuse me, of how much work, with your lack of clarity on what the goal might be and why this is important to you, why it matters, combined with waiting till things get really out of shape and now you have very little energy to spend on all of this. And with this notion that you can do it all on your own and that can cost you anything. Well, that, my friends, is what you're not seeing results. I hope this speaks to you. I hope you can see yourself identified in any of those reasons or all of those and think to yourself, what do I do? What can I do now? Olga, help me. So don't worry. This is a self help podcast. So, what do you need to do? You need to pay attention to the reasons you're giving yourself to not commit to the result. You need to diagnose yourself. Okay, where is my problem? Is it in like, I don't believe I need to invest in myself unless my benefits cover? Like, am I being cheap on this? Am I cutting myself short of supports because I still tell myself I can do it on my own? Or is it that I am waiting until things get really out of hand? Am I passive and just patiently waiting for things to get really bad? Is that my problem? Or is my problem that I'm not actually very clear on what it is that I want and why this is important? And sometimes these clients of mine would just borrow goals from somebody else because they sounded exciting. Like, oh, yeah, she's taking tennis lessons. I'm going to do the same. That seems like the right thing for me to do. But the why lacks. Why is this good for me? Or are you underestimating the amount of work? So you normally quit when it gets hard because you just didn't expect that it was going to be difficult. Or are you not committed all the way until it works? So pay attention, find the problem as described above, and see if you can commit to doing the opposite of what that problem is telling you to do. So the opposite of I can do this on my own would be finding help. The opposite of I'm gonna wait until this is really bad would be like take action now when things are not that bad. If it's lack of clarity, get on that. What is it that I really want and why does this matter? If it's that you underestimated the work, once you have your goal very clear, the results that you want to see, then break them down. Imagine all the things in which this could be challenging and how are you going to prepare for that? What do you want your attitude to be while you are in the thick of learning? And then commit yourself to doing the things till you see the result. You're not going to stop before. Then I want you to reflect, okay? Ask yourself if that result was never to come to me, what would it mean for me, for my life, and who will be impacted? So if this result that you've set for yourself, like I want to be confident, if you never became confident, specifically in relationships, what would that mean to you? Who will be impacted by this and how? I also want you to ask yourself, what's in my control to exercise towards accomplishing of this result? All the things that are in your control 100%. Getting the coach, getting clear on the result, understanding all the work that it's going to take, being ready to commit. That's all in your control. But I want you to brainstorm and you come up with more ideas. Ask, consult with your brain. What are all the things that are in my control to accomplish this goal? And then ask yourself, how can I guarantee myself the result? How can I blow my mind with this result? And lastly, I need you to believe. I want you to grow your belief that you can stick to your goals, that there is a part of you that's under development that is quite capable and successful at sticking to the goals to see the results, that she or he is quite successful at overcoming the obstacles, self imposed mostly obstacles, to be in discomfort of the unknown land, and that there's a part of yourself that's already celebrating the success because this result has come. My friends, if you apply these principles, I promise you, you start seeing results immediately. And I want you to start thinking of the supports that you are going to need to get there. And of course, I want to invite you to work with me. But if it's not me, if we don't vibe, you don't vibe with my energy, find your tribe. Coaching is for you if you want someone to hold a vision for you in those moments when you lack belief. Like what I do for my clients is hold that belief. Yes, I see you. I see you fully realized in that goal. I see you absolutely capable of being confident, of being calm when things are difficult. I can see it for you, and I will hold that vision for you until you can see it too. In fact, while I'm holding this vision, I'm going to tell you what I see, and I'm going to tell you where you're at now, and I'm going to see all the blind spots. So, coaching is for you if you want somebody to hold the vision of those results in moments when you cannot see it, when you lack belief. Coaching is also for you if you feel you know yourself and you need an accountability buddy, like I do at the gym. I need a personal trainer. I choose to have a personal trainer. I see better results, faster results. He's guiding me through a process, something that he studied. Love it. Whether that is an actual human that I'm talking to or my beach body trainer. Coaching is for you if you can handle having gentle nudges that redirect you, that call you out, that say, hey, you're procrastinating. I see you walking in circles. What's going on? If you can handle somebody showing you your blind spots and you being actually grateful because somebody's showing you your blind spots, you're no longer walking like blindfold, not being able to see. Why is it that you're repeating the same scenarios? So I would say start looking for how you want to support yourself. And I would say that fall is such a wonderful time to start working with a coach. Many of us are getting ready to receive people in the fall, to start coaching people throughout the fall, winter months. And it is during the summer that the doors get to be opened, that you get to sort of ask yourself, depending on what goal you want. Maybe you want a business coach if you're like trying to start up your own business. Maybe you're starting motherhood and you're feeling like this is really tough and you want to see a mom coach. Like what kind of coaching, what kind of goals do I have? And what kind of coaching would I need? Is it marriage coaching? Is it business coaching? Money coaching? Is it life coaching? Is it mindset coaching? Is it confidence coaching? And if it is mindset, confidence, and lowering mental drama so that you can achieve your potential, I welcome you to work with me. My doors will be opening soon for the September Reset Your Mindset group. I'm also going to be offering a Detox the Mind, a 5-day live coaching in September 12th. So if this is for you, if you are a perfectionist, attached to achievements, overdoing, constantly fed up with your own mind, wanting to get a break from thinking so much, from feeling disappointed, from being so hard on yourself, I want to coach you through that. I want to see you succeed at the results that you are setting yourself up for these fall and winter months. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye now. Hey, Olga here. Did you know that research shows that the most effective way to change and gain control over your stubborn negative thoughts is through the practice of mindfulness and meditation? This is exciting because never before did we have concrete evidence of research showing this. So who knew that our breath was really the answer to it all? So as a certified mindfulness teacher myself, I figured I could help you improve your practice of mindfulness by teaching you the basics. So if you're interested in getting the manual that I created, you can head over to the show notes and download it immediately. And by doing so, you're also going to get 2 or 3 extra bonuses of meditations that I have recorded myself. So let's get you started with that practice of mindfulness, and I'll see you guys soon. Enjoy.